Hello there, I'm Tigster2005 of the Prequelgang, and welcome to another episode of Tigster Talks, the show where I talk about stuff by myself. So, recently I watched Thor Ragnarok. This was a movie that I was, very excited for after watching Thor the Dark World, because, I loved that movie, I loved the first Thor, and, after watching Thor the Dark World, I just wanted to see more Thor movies, because that movie was amazing. Thor Ragnarok, it was good, I guess. Oh, yeah, it was a good movie. I don't know. Okay, spoilers, of course. Let's just get right into it. All right, Thor Ragnarok was such a disappointing sequel to me that honestly, uh, I mean, I still liked the movie. The movie was good. The movie was good. It was a good movie. I can say that. I liked it, but dude, this just doesn't even come close to Thor 1 and 2. Okay, so positives. Let's see. What can I say about this movie that's good? Okay. Um, all right. So I think seeing Thor and Loki again and Asgard and all that, that was good. I liked that, and I also enjoyed some of the some of the elements in the movie that were like, I liked the action scenes. I'm not sure about like the main villain of the movie, Hela. I thought she was okay. As a villain, like, oh, she's Thor's older sister and all that. And she wants to like conquer Asgard and rule over it with like violent force and stuff. And obviously Thor doesn't want that. Odin doesn't want that. And yeah, now we're doing all of this. And Loki is in this movie, of course, because he never actually died in Thor: The Dark World. He didn't die. He never actually died. So yeah, he's here, and Odin is not on Asgard at first. So yeah, so why? So first of all, a lot of the stuff that was really good about the first two movies, I feel like it kind of felt like they just took that and they kind of threw it away in favor of something different that wasn't as good in my opinion. Like, the first two Thor movies, they had like actual world building. You had all these moments with like all of these seem not even moments, this like plot like world building, that's what it is. And character stuff with Thor and Jane and and everything there. And um, I remember in Thor: The Dark World, there was one moment where Thor was explaining the convergence to Jane, and she was like, "I like the way you explain things," and I remember that, like because honestly, same. That was like a really good part of those two movies, just hearing Thor explain all this stuff, and there's none of that in this movie because apparently Thor and Jane broke up. Yep, all of that. Um, that was like it's not like that was like a very central, not like central, but a very important plot point of the first two Thor movies, right? No, that didn't matter. That didn't matter at all. Like, yeah, no, we're just throwing that away. Huh, huh, huh. Yeah, no, that I can't even. Okay, so what's the plot of this movie? Okay, so the beginning of the movie, Thor is like in this place with this guy. I forgot what his name was, but he was talking about how, oh, Ragnarok is beginning. Basically, Ragnarok was like the destruction of Asgard, um, and Thor obviously wanted to stop that. But I feel like in that moment, in that first scene, we get to see how they changed Thor's character for the worse. He wasn't like in the first two Thor movies, in the Avengers, in Avengers: Age of Ultron. Of course, he had his fun moments, but overall, he was definitely he took the situation seriously, right? But here, he's just cracking joke after joke, and it's like it doesn't work. This like literally isn't the same Thor that we knew from the previous movies. Like I can't I don't see how Thor went from how he was in like last appearance Age of Ultron, for example, to how he is here. Like, of course, in Age of Ultron we had that scene with the hammer, and that was fun and all, but that was just like that was him having fun at a party. This is him just not taking a very serious situation seriously, right? And then throughout most of the movie, like it just doesn't seem to get any better. Like he's always cracking jokes, and of course, like there's funny moments, of course, uh, like of course, like get help, and where he and Loki were doing this technique that they named get help, where Thor's like, oh, get help, my brother is sick or whatever, and then he throws him at the people. No, that was a funny moment, of course. I feel like that actually could have happened in like the previous movies, but other than that, like it just doesn't feel like he's in character for the most part. And the fact that they decided to cut his hair, that doesn't really help. I thought he looked better with his hair, but whatever. That's not a very important detail, I suppose, but still, it's just I don't know. Then there was the part where Thor was like in this like gladiator arena type thing, and he was fighting the champion of that, who happened to be the Hulk. So I guess that's where Thor and Hulk were during the events of Captain America: Civil War. Um, I guess since yeah, that makes sense because everyone else uh, was was like fighting each other, and Thor and Banner weren't there. So and they in this movie they're like in this gladiator arena thing. So you know what? It makes sense. That part makes sense. Okay. And then like after that battle, we see Hulk like in his Hulk form, not as like Banner, and he's like calm. He's like he's like having a little bit of a conversation with Thor. Like of course it's not like a super intelligent conversation because at the end of the day it's still Hulk. It's not like the scientist Bruce Banner with what was it, 7 PhDs or whatever. Like, but still, it's like he wasn't rampaging, I guess. I don't know. Just I don't. It doesn't seem like this is the same Hulk that we could have that was like in the previous movies. Because if you recall, like in like Age of Ultron, for example, Hulk went completely out of control and started destroying a city, and Iron Man had to like stop him like by force. And even in the first Avengers movie, Hulk was like rampaging in whatever thing they were, and like Black Widow almost died. She like barely escaped, and they had to like throw him off of the thing, or maybe it was Loki who threw him off. I don't remember. Um, yeah, I don't know. So okay, that was kind of I don't really understand how that happened, and if he was so calm, then why didn't he just transform back into Bruce Banner there then and there? Because he becomes the Hulk when he's angry, right? And he clearly wasn't angry in that moment, so I don't know. Also, Thor's hammer. Yeah, they it's gone. Hela basically just destroyed it, and we see Thor without his hammer for most of the movie, and a lot of the fight scenes they're not exactly that interesting. I feel like the hammer was like part of Thor's identity, I guess. And then later they decided to give him the nickname the God of Thunder or something, and and there's this scene where Thor's like speaking with his father, and Odin was like, "Oh yeah, what are you the god of hammers or something?" No, you're the god of thunder apparently now. I don't remember him being called that in the previous movies, but whatever. I'm just going with it at this point. And eventually he uses like these really cool like lightning based abilities, which that's pretty cool. I enjoyed that, and of course that was kind of set up in the previous movies as well because he did have like a lightning based attack with his hammer, and when Thor was sent down to Earth there was lightning. So that actually kind of makes sense. I'm going to accept that. That's like the part of this movie that actually like makes sense given the previous continuity. Um, but yeah, then so then he needs to uh, defeat Hela, right? And like clearly she was like an unbeatable opponent. And then somehow Thor realized that this was never about stopping Ragnarok. This was about causing Ragnarok. So he finds the crown of that of that dude who was like in the beginning, that monster dude who was at the beginning of the movie, basically revives him with this eternal flame thing, and it destroys Asgard. But no, it doesn't destroy Asgard because Asgard is not a place, it's a people, and the people were evacuated. So the place, yeah, the place can go to hell, Hela can go to hell, haha, Lamau, funny. And then they decide to head to Earth, and that's where the movie ends. Okay, um, this could just be, I could just be like disappointed and salty because I might have like had certain expectations and maybe I was like overhyping it in my head. And you know what? I was overhyping it in my head, of course, but like, the first two Thor movies, those are still my second and third favorite MCU movies so far. My favorite, of course, being the Avengers. And I was thinking that, hey, maybe this could be the movie to surpass those two previous Thor movies, maybe even surpass the Avengers. But no, it's about on the same level as like Age of Ultron for me, where it was like it's good, but like it's not, it's like not that good. So yeah, I don't know. This was a weird one for me. Honestly, in some ways, it just felt like Thor was just being disrespected. Not like the character, but just like, well, yeah, like the character was not who he was in the previous movies. The like a lot of the things that made the Thor and Thor: The Dark World so great, like it was just like thrown away, like thrown in the garbage basically, and in favor of this movie, which was still good. It was still a good movie, but like I don't know, guys. I felt like it could have been so much better. That's just me though. So anyway, Black Panther is next. I hear that one's really good. And then Avengers Infinity War. It's an Avengers movie, yay! And I hear it's also like one of the best MCU movies. So I'll get to that when I get to that, but Black Panther is next. So thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe, hit the bell, turn on notifications, uh, join our Discord server, follow us on Instagram and Twitch, and keep having the high ground. Bye!